His footstep barely sounded before her hand seized the sleeve, stopping him cold. The grip was so tight her knuckles had turned the color of bone.
Why now? After all this time, why corner me?
Why have you been running from me, Daichi? Don't even think about lying.
Senpai, wait, I wasn't. I was just heading to the library.
Her fingers curled deeper into the fabric, refusing every inch he tried to take.
You've been avoiding me for 2 years? No more excuses.
She's not going to let this go. Not this time.
He tried to step back, but her hold anchored him to that hallway.
Every time I walked into a room, you found a reason to leave.
That's not true. Some of those times, I really had class.
The denial was as thin as the threadbare sleeve she still clutched.
You'd change your entire path across campus just to avoid passing me.
She cataloged every evasion. Nothing got past her. Honestly, it was just... I didn't want to bother you. You're a senior. You're busy.
You think I didn't notice? 700 days, Daichi. I've been waiting 700 days for you to just look at me.
The number sank into him, heavier than her grip.
She was keeping count. That entire time, she was waiting.
Tell me why. I deserve to know what I did.
You didn't do anything. It's me. There are things you don't know.
Then tell me. Whatever it is, I can handle it.
For the first time, he stopped struggling. His shoulders dropped. Her hand was still there, trembling now. The grip had loosened, but she wasn't going to let go until he answered.
It wasn't anything you did. It was something I overheard. Something ugly.
Overheard? What could possibly be so bad that you'd disappear for 2 years?
He looked away, unable to meet the glisten in her eyes.
Near the end of freshman year, some upperclassmen were laughing about you.
Laughing? About what?
Each word he forced out scraped against something raw.
They said that you were desperate, that the photography club senpai had a crush on a freshman, and it was pathetic.
And you believed them? That's why you stayed away.
No, I never believed you were pathetic. I thought if I stayed away, the rumors would starve. You wouldn't have to be dragged through their mockery.
Mizuki's hand slipped from his sleeve as if the strength had left her.
You? You were trying to protect me? From a rumor you thought was about me?
She sounds like I made it worse, like my protection was the wrong choice. It wasn't just the rumor. I heard one of them say they'd make sure everyone knew you were pining after a first year. I thought if I kept my distance, they'd lose interest.
So you just vanished, without asking me, without giving me a choice.
She's not angry. She's wounded, like I took something from her. I thought I was doing the right thing. That silence was better than dragging you through their filth.
Daichi, do you even know who started that rumor?
What? No. I just heard it was some upperclassman. I didn't stick around to find out.
The hallway felt smaller now. The question hung between them, heavier than the grip that had started it.
I started it. The rumor about me liking you, it was me.
She what? That makes no sense. Why would she do that to herself?
Outside the window, the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the floor.
I'll explain, but first you need to understand, I wasn't trying to humiliate myself. I was trying to survive.
Survive? What does that even mean? A rumor keeps you alive.
Someone was following me for months, showing up outside my classes, my dorm, the club room.
The confession stripped the air from the hallway. The sunset light seemed to retreat.
I needed a public cover, someone believable enough to make the stalker back off. It had to be real enough to be seen.
She used that rumor as a shield, and I was supposed to be the cover.
I trusted you. Out of everyone in the club, you never looked at me like I was unreachable. You joked with me. You treated me like a person.
So you chose me, without telling me, and I ran before you could ever explain.
I planned to, before the rumor spread too far, before you heard it from someone else. But you were gone within a week.
He saw it then, the gap between intention and catastrophe, and his own place in the chasm.
My protection, my silence, all it did was leave her alone with a stalker. The stalker. They didn't stop, did they? Even after I left.
Worse, Someone twisted the rumor, made it sound like I was pathetically chasing a first year who had no interest. Your avoidance made it look true.
So when I disappeared, it fed the monster. The exact opposite of what I wanted.
And I couldn't correct it without exposing why I started the rumor in the first place. If the stalker knew it was a trick, they'd know I was scared and they'd get bolder.
The hallway no longer felt empty. Every shadow seemed to lean in and listen.
She's been carrying this alone for 2 years. Because of me.
The notes kept coming. They knew my schedule when I'd be alone. I never felt safe, not for a single day.
Do you have any idea who it is? Any clue at all?
No. They were always careful. No name, no face, nothing traceable. Only a feeling of being watched.
Someone twisted the rumor. Someone who knew about it early and fed it. That's not random harassment, that's personal.
A third party had not only twisted the rumor, they had weaponized his absence.
That's why I'm telling you now. Because if I didn't, I'd never get the chance to ask what I've been holding on to.
Ask what?
I need to know, will you help me find the person who twisted all of this? I've been carrying it alone for too long.
She's asking me to step into the nightmare I helped create.
He didn't hesitate. The answer came before he could weigh it.
Of course, I'll help. I owe you that much, more than that.
Then you need the details. The stalker left notes, sometimes in my mailbox, sometimes slipped under my door.
Notes? What did they say?
At first, almost personal. Saw you at the library today. Nice camera strap. Is it new? Like they were right next to me?
Each detail she listed seemed to tighten an invisible ring around Daichi's chest.
Later, they got crueler. After the rumor twisted, they called me pathetic. Said I'd never be anything but a joke for chasing you.
They used my absence as a weapon against her. Every day I stayed away was another line in their letter.
The worst was how they knew my schedule. Monday afternoons in the dark room, Wednesday nights at the library. I never felt safe.
That's very specific. Not something you'd post publicly.
I never shared my personal schedule online. Only the club roster had it, and even then it was just class hours.
Who else had access to the club roster? Anyone outside the photography club?
Not really. It was in the shared folder, but only members had the password. I never gave it out.
I never shared the password, but Ren used my laptop once. He could have seen it.
A familiar face flickered in his mind, a roommate who always borrowed his bag, who asked too many questions about his day.
No, it's not possible. Ren's just nosy. Not something like this.
Daichi? You went pale just now? Do you recognize something?
No, nothing. Just the thought of someone watching you that closely makes my skin crawl.
That's why I needed you to know I don't think this is over and I can't face it alone anymore.
You're not alone. I'll find out who's doing this. I swear it.
Mizuki finally released a breath she'd been holding for 2 years. The walk back to his apartment was a blur of streetlights and second guesses. When he pushed open the door, Ren was already there, stretched out on the couch like he'd been waiting.
Late night, Daichi. I half expected you not to come home at all.
Does he always have to sound like he's interrogating me? Just had some stuff to do. You know how it is.
Ren's eyes lingered a beat too long, as if testing the answer.
I saw the photography club flyer today. Makes me nostalgic. You used to be all about that place. Why'd you quit?
Here it comes. He's fishing, just lost interest. Happens.
Funny. I thought you lost interest because of someone. What was her name? Mizuki, the senpai?
The name landed like a pebble in still water.
Be careful. He's watching your reaction. I don't know what you're talking about. I just decided the club wasn't for me anymore.
Right. Well, if there's anything you want to share, I'm a good listener.
Daichi noticed the door to Ren's room was shut, and the lock was engaged. It was never locked.
He's always been private but locked. What's he hiding?
A memory surfaced. Months ago, Ren had shown him a photo on his phone. A candid shot of a girl with long black hair, back turned, walking across campus.
He called it that day too. Just a random shot, he said. But that silhouette, that's Mizuki.
Daichi? You spaced out? Something on your mind?
No, nothing. I'm beat. I'm going to bed.
He retreated to his own room, but his pulse wouldn't settle.
Tomorrow, when he leaves for class, I'm going into that room.
The lock that held no secrets until now had become a magnet. By morning, only the weight of decision separated him from the plan. He heard Ren's footsteps, the jingle of keys, and then the apartment's front door close.
He's gone. Now or never.
He counted to 60 before moving, giving the silence time to harden. The lock surrendered with a metallic snap, a sound too loud in the empty apartment. He pushed the door inward, and the dim light of Ren's room became the only truth.
This is a shrine.
Photographs of Mizuki covered the wall. Library, lecture halls, the club room. Below each photo, a careful note marked date, time, and description. Wednesday, 8:15 p.m., library, alone again, one of many. He saw the twisted rumor draft, typed and printed, with underlined words meant to wound. Pathetic senpai chasing a freshman. Perfect. This is what he wrote.
Ren did this. Every note, every twisted word. He used my own absence to feed her pain.
Daichi pulled out his phone, hands trembling, and began photographing the evidence. Click by click, he captured the wall, the timeline, the brutal handwriting.
This is enough to prove it. This is enough to end it.
He pocketed the phone, evidence heavy in his grip, then stepped back toward the door.
I need to tell Mizuki, but first I have to get out without him knowing.
He closed the door softly, relocking it with the pin, leaving the horror behind the door. The apartment was still empty, but the silence now felt like a held breath.
He can't know I was in there. Not yet.
But the front door's knob turned and Daichi's heart stopped. Ren stepped in, messenger bag still on his shoulder, eyes finding Daichi instantly.
You're still here. Thought you'd be gone.
Something's wrong. His voice is too calm.
Ren let the bag drop. The soft thud seemed louder than it should.
Did you find anything interesting while I was gone?
I don't know what you mean.
I have a lock for a reason, but you've always been too curious.
Daichi's hand slipped into his pocket, fingers tightening around the phone.
So you know. The wall, the notes, the timeline. All of it.
It was you. All of it. The stalking, the twisted rumor.
And now you think you'll run to her? Play the hero? You've got no proof that matters. And if you try anything, I'll make sure Mizuki pays for it.
He means it. If I don't back down, she gets hurt.
I've watched her for 2 years. You think I don't know every weak point?
Daichi felt the wall at his back. He hadn't even realized he'd been retreating.
What do you want from me?
Keep your mouth shut. Pretend this never happened. And if I see you near her again, you'll regret it.
Ren turned toward his room, then paused, not looking back.
By the way, I switched the locks, so don't go snooping again.
His door clicked shut, the lock engaging with finality. Daichi stood frozen, the phone burning against his leg.
I have the truth, but if I use it, she suffers.
He slid down the wall, breath shallow, but the screen pressed into his thigh, a silent promise he couldn't yet keep. Sleep never came. The ceiling was a canvas of everything he had failed.
Mizuki's tears, Ren's smirk. I'm trapped between them. If I stay quiet, I'm running again, and she pays the price. No, not this time. I won't be the reason she gets hurt again.
By the time the sun bled through the blinds, his decision had turned to steel. He moved in silence, stuffing clothes and essentials into a worn duffel bag.
I'll send the evidence later. First, I need to tell her in person.
He sat at his desk, found a piece of paper, and began to write. Mizuki, I know who the stalker is. It's my roommate, Ren. I have proof. He's been watching you for 2 years. He twisted the rumor to drive me away. I'm so sorry. Don't confront him alone. I'll explain everything. Wait for me.
My hand was shaking, but I sealed it anyway.
He slipped the envelope into his bag, next to the phone that held the evidence. Ren had left early, a stroke of luck that wouldn't last.
One last look at this place, then I'm gone.
He opened the door and stepped into the empty hallway outside.
I'm not the boy who disappeared anymore.
His steps echoed in the stairwell, each one a staccato of fear and purpose. Later, on a borrowed couch, he typed a message, Mizuki, meet me tomorrow. He didn't mention the letter. That was his insurance.
Tomorrow, the truth, and whatever comes after.
The phone screen dimmed, but the weight in his chest did not. The next afternoon, a detour through the arts building brought him face to face with a large banner. It hung above the gallery entrance. Senior Thesis Photography Exhibition, Mizuki.
Her exhibition? It's today?
Then his eyes caught the central image, a photograph blown up large enough to stop a crowd. A young man with messy brown hair, looking down at a camera. 2 years younger, 2 years lost.
That's me. She used that photo.
Below it, a small plaque. The boy who disappeared.
All this time she was holding on. She never let go.
Something in his chest cracked open. It wasn't guilt, it was recognition.
I have to go in there. But first, I need something to show her I'm not running.
He turned away from the gallery. Footsteps quick. Destination clear. 20 minutes later, a small bouquet of white flowers was in his hand. At a print shop, he fed the phone images into a machine, printing the evidence into a slim folder.
Ren's wall, the notes, the draft, all of it in her hands.
The folder went into his bag, beside the letter he hadn't yet sent.
Maybe I'll give her both, the truth and the apology.
Outside the gallery again, the evening lights had come on. People in semi-formal attire drifted through the entrance.
She's in there, probably surrounded by people who didn't abandon her.
His hand tightened around the bouquet. The folder pressed against his back.
No more running. I'll face her, and whatever comes after.
He took the first step toward the gallery doors. This was the night that would either end everything or start it anew. Inside, the gallery was a soft hum of voices and spotlights. Then he saw it. The photograph, large and illuminated, his own face from another life.
The boy who disappeared. She really put that up for everyone to see.
Across the room, a group of guests shifted, revealing a tall silhouette in black. Mizuki stood with a champagne glass, her smile professional but her eyes searching. Their gazes locked across the room, and the chatter seemed to vanish.
She doesn't look away. Neither can I.
He moved toward her, the bouquet a shield against the weight of her stare. When he stopped in front of her, the guests around them fell silent.
Are you here to disappear again, Daichi?
No, I'm done running. I need to talk to you somewhere private.
She studied him for a long moment, then gave a small nod. Without a word, she turned and walked toward a side door, her coat trailing behind. The door closed behind them, sealing out the exhibition's noise. She turned to face him, her arms crossed loosely, a barrier he'd have to cross.
All right. We're alone. What did you need to say?
He held out the bouquet, the white petals quivering.
Flowers? You really are trying not to disappear.
I mean it. There's something I should have told you back then. Something I found out.
She lowered the bouquet, her gaze never leaving his. The silence stretched, heavy and expectant. He opened his mouth to speak, the words on the edge of release.
There's something I need you to see first. This folder.
Mizuki set the flowers aside and took the folder, her brow furrowing. She opened it, and the first page was a printed photo of a wall covered in her own face.
This is my face. Dozens of them.
Her hands trembled as she flipped through the evidence, notes, dates, the twisted draft.
Who? Who made this? Daichi, who is it?
My roommate. Ren. He's been the stalker all along.
Your roommate? He's the one who twisted the rumor? The one who's been watching me?
Daichi nodded, the weight of the admission settling in the dim light.
I found his room. A wall full of your photos, notes on your schedule, everything.
He told her about the confrontation, the threats, moving out in the middle of the night.
He said he'd hurt you if I told, so I left everything behind, but I couldn't let it go.
All this time, he was right there, and you were trying to protect me again.
She took a step back, processing, the bouquet forgotten on the table.
I thought I was going crazy for years, and it was him. All of it.
Before Daichi could respond, the doorknob turned. The door swung open, and Ren stepped inside, his smile a thin blade.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think this conversation concerns me.
Daichi moved instantly, stepping between Ren and Mizuki.
Daichi, I warned you. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Mizuki's breath caught behind him, the evidence now a shield she couldn't use.
Now, let's all sit down. We have a lot to discuss.
The click of the lock echoed like a gunshot in the small room.
You think locking us in changes anything? The evidence is already out there.
Out where? You're a liar, Daichi. You've always been a coward.
Daichi isn't the liar here. I've seen the proof, your handwriting, your photos.
He broke into my room. He's obsessed with you too. We're the same.
Daichi's voice cut through the accusation, steady and sharp.
I broke in because I knew you were the stalker. And I have copies. The police will get them if you don't leave now.
Ren's composure cracked. His eyes darted to the door.
You're bluffing. You don't have anything.
The door rattled, a heavy knock from outside. Security? Someone must have heard the commotion.
This man is stalking me. He has a room full of evidence. We have proof.
Ren tried to bolt, but the guards were faster.
Get off me. This is a misunderstanding. She's lying.
They hauled him toward the door, his shouts fading into the gallery. The door closed again, but this time the silence was different. Daichi turned to Mizuki, her hands still trembling around the folder.
It's over. He's gone.
Is it? 2 years, Daichi. He was in your apartment. You lived with him.
I know, and I'm so sorry. I should have been there from the start.
You came back. That's what matters now.
The bouquet still lay on the table, slightly crushed but not forgotten. She picked it up, holding it to her chest like an answer she hadn't yet given. Mizuki looked up from the crushed petals, and for the first time her eyes held something other than sorrow.
I'm sorry, Mizuki, for all the years I spent running when I should have been beside you.
I should have told you the truth from the start. Instead, I let you believe a lie that pushed you away.
But you didn't push me. I chose to run. I thought I was protecting you, but I was just afraid.
She set the bouquet gently on the table, freeing her hands.
Afraid of what?
Of what I felt. That if I stayed close, you'd see I wasn't worth the trouble you were in.
That's not your choice to make. It never was.
A beat passed between them, heavy with all the words they'd never said.
Come with me. There's something I want you to see again.
She led him out of the back room and into the main gallery, past the lingering guests who had thinned. She stopped directly in front of the large photograph, his portrait from 2 years ago.
I took this one day when you didn't know I was watching. You were so focused on the light through the window. It captured something no one else saw. The real Daichi, the one I wanted to keep safe.
Safe. She wanted to keep me safe, even when I was the one running.
The title was supposed to be a question, Daichi. The boy who disappeared, I've been asking it every day, but you're here now.
The plaque beneath the photo seemed to shimmer under the gallery lights. Her hand, no longer gripping in desperation, slipped gently into his.
This time, I'm not letting go. Not ever.
I'm not going anywhere, I promise.
The grip that had once seized his sleeve in fear now held him in a silent promise. The exhibition continued around them, but the only frame that mattered now was the one holding the two of them.
She was always the one holding on. Now I finally am too.
The gallery had grown quiet. The last guests mere shadows at the edges.
I took that picture because I liked you, Daichi. Not just as a cover.
You did? Even then?
She nodded, a tear slipping free and catching the light.
You were kind and awkward, and you never treated me like a sculpture on a pedestal. When you vanished, I thought I'd lost the only real person in my world.
I liked you too. That's why I ran. I was terrified your reputation would be ruined because someone like me was close to you.
2 years of silence condensed into a single exhale.
So we were both hiding, both trying to protect each other from a battle that never needed to be fought.
Then let's stop hiding. From everyone and from each other.
He squeezed her hand, and she answered with a pressure that said always.
The title of this photo, it isn't a question anymore. The boy who disappeared finally came back.
He did, and he's not leaving again.
She turned from the photo to face him fully, her free hand rising to rest against his cheek.
Then we start from today. No secrets. No running. Just this.
No running. Just this.
The gallery was nearly empty now, but neither noticed. The only audience that mattered was the boy in the photo, forever young, forever watching.
I want to take your picture someday. Not a stolen moment. One where you're looking right at me, knowing I'm there.
I'd like that. I'd like that more than any photo I've ever taken.
She leaned closer, forehead resting against his, their hands still locked between them. In the quiet, the grip that had started as a seizure of fear finally became a hold of choice, and the boy in the photograph seemed, just for a moment, to look down with a captured smile of understanding. Some photographs capture a moment. This one captured a return. Weeks later, the campus park had replaced concrete hallways with open sky. Her coat hung loose over her shoulders, and the breeze played with strands of jet black hair.
Hold still. I promised you a proper portrait.
You've gotten better at not running. Now let's see if you've gotten better at photography.
The shutter clicked. He lowered the camera, and there she was, still smiling, still present.
No running. Just this.
Come sit. You've earned a rest, photographer.
He sat, and her hand found his without looking.
This is better than any exhibition. Just this.
Their fingers interlaced loosely, no longer desperate, just present.
Remember that day in the hallway? When you grabbed my sleeve so hard I couldn't breathe.
I was terrified you'd vanish again. That grip was the only way I knew to hold on.
Now you don't have to hold that hard. I'm not going anywhere.
She lifted their joined hands and pressed them to her cheek.
The sleeve I grabbed became the hand I keep.
Daichi turned his hand over and curled his fingers between hers, palm to palm. They stayed like that as the shadows stretched, the park a quiet witness. No chase, no secrets. Just a boy who stopped running and a girl who never let go. And in the quiet, their grip was no longer a desperation, it was a choice. The boy who disappeared had finally been found.